What's up, fam? This your boy Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Chicago rapper Lil Wet killed 4 people as revenge for his dad's murder and got away with it just to get arrested years later on crazy charges. And once the news hit the internet, I was shocked. I was disappointed. I'm like, damn, Lil Wet, you living the gangster's dream. You catch 4 bodies. You get arrested. Witnesses put you out in the lineup. They said Lil Wet murdered them people. Your future ain't looking too bright. You get held in jail for 3 years. Just to have the witnesses change their mind and police drop your charges. You get out, you have a promising rap career. Documentaries is all over YouTube about you. Everybody's calling you the #1 hitter in Chicago. Cause let's be honest, many people were sympathizing with you. Many people was making excuses for your story. They were like, I agree with Lil Wet. Somebody take out my father. I know who it is. I gotta salute him. The streets had your back. Just for you to get arrested and looking at more time. This is a crazy ass story. But let's start where it all started from. The death of his dad. Listen to this news clip. Let's go.
Some breaking news on the city's south side. Several people are shot and killed in the South Shore neighborhood.
We're near 75th and Coles in the South Shore neighborhood, where at first CPD thought they were investigating 3 people shot and killed, but a 4th body was later found. I want to show you some video of what this scene looks like right now. Police have been focusing their attention around a neighborhood fast food restaurant called Nadia's. CPD says a man walked up to the restaurant and started shooting.
Well, he is just 19 and charged with a quadruple homicide.
Wait a minute, hold up. Picture this, you 19 years old. Your father is a documented gang member. One day your father is walking on the street. A car pulls up, 4 men hop out the car. They light your father up, they takes his life. And then the next day, you pull up to a restaurant and see the men you think is responsible for it, and you takes out all 4 of them. Now, many people in the streets will say that's street justice. Many people will say that's the type of son I want. Somebody who on me, I want a Lil Wet to come up and wet him up. So he did what was right. He did what he felt was in his heart. I'm not one of those people. Now, I love my dad to death. Me and him is close. But if he gets taken out by somebody, I'm not taking matters into my own hands. I got shit I gotta do on earth. I gotta take care of kids, got a business I'm trying to run. I ain't got time to be a vigilante, take justice into my own hands. The most my dad will get from me is a news interview. I might pay for a private investigator, but I ain't finna take somebody out. Hell no. I'ma hope for justice like everybody else. I'ma pray for justice. That's what I'ma do. So I'm not gonna do what Lil Wet do. Now, a lot of people from the streets say Lil Wet did what was right. I disagree. If somebody takes out your father, you think you have an idea of who it is, you go take your ass to the police and say, hey man, I got some information that might just solve my father's homicide. That's what you do. Let's be real about this situation. Lil Wet did not do the right thing. Now, he got away with it, but it wasn't the right thing. But anyway, let's continue.
This is Maurice Harris. Police say the teen, who is no stranger to law enforcement, gunned down 4 people near 75th and Coles last week. The reason? Police say it appears to be retaliation for his father's murder a day earlier.
Y'all hear that? Now that's a sad story, and I explain why. It's sad for Lil Wet. His daddy was a documented gang member, gang banging all the way in his 40s. He gets taken out, and at the tender age of 19, Lil Wet felt the need to take matters into his own hands and take out 4 people that he thought was responsible, allegedly. And that's just the effects of gangbanging. All you street dudes be throwing up gang signs. Y'all be talking about cuz, what up, blood? I'm from this street, I'm from that street. Y'all at war with each other. And then y'all got the need to procreate. Y'all got the nerve to create children. Then you got your little babies throwing up gang signs. They grow up to be gangsters. They follow in your footsteps. And they say gangbanging is the lineage of my family. I was born into it. That's not the life you want to live for your child. Even if you are a gang member, move the hell away once you have kids. Ain't no way you should be a father and a gang member. It don't work like that, bruh. You don't know who your enemies are. You don't know if you're putting your kids in harm's way, just like this dude. Now, I don't know what his dad did to make 4 people hop out the car and light your ass up, but it had to be something. He may not be completely innocent. That's all I'm saying. But Lil Wet spent 3 of his years in jail, and he finally got away with it off a technicality. all because the witnesses recanted their story and the prosecutors felt they wasn't reliable. Take a look at this article I'm finna read to you guys. Listen up. Boom! This is an article on Lil Wet murder, and this is going to explain how he got off. Harris was charged in 2017 with killing 4 people at Nadia Fish and Chicken Restaurant at 75th Street and Coles Avenue, part of a one-day spate of gun violence in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood that left 7 people dead. He was responsible for 4 bodies. Did y'all hear that? The day he took out 4 people, 7 people on the South Side was killed. He's responsible for over half of them. But let's continue. A day before the shooting, Harris's father, 37-year-old Jerry Jacobs, was shot and killed at 79th Street and South Phillips Avenue, and police at the time said the restaurant shooting was believed to be retaliation for Jacobs' slaying. When Harris was charged, prosecutors said at least 2 witnesses identified him as the shooter. 3 years later, however, the Cooks County State Attorney Office dropped all charges, saying the totality of evidence, including eyewitness accounts, was insufficient to meet our burden of proof, and we are unable to move forward with the prosecution of this case. See, he got off lucky, because when he first got arrested, witnesses were pointing him out. They had a motive, but after 3 years, the whole case fell apart. Witnesses recanted their story, and the prosecutor said, we ain't got enough evidence to charge this dude. His alibi is right, so we just gonna drop all the charges. And you would think that he was keeping his head on the swivel. You would think he would give up on that street life. Everybody doing interviews with you, documentaries all about you, you get respect in the streets, everybody saluting you. Why wouldn't you capitalize off this story? Go on to have a rap career, why are you still in the streets? And we know he's still in the streets because he has been arrested recently on a gun charge with a switch. And listen to this article with shocking details about his latest arrest. Let's go. Boom! This is what it says. On Friday, federal agents were executing a search warrant at an apartment in building 700 block of West 47th Street when they saw Harris lean out of a window with a firearm in his hand and then throw it on top of the roof of the building, according to the 10-page criminal complaint. The gun recovered from the roof was a Glock pistol with a fully automatic switch loaded with 17 live rounds, according to the complaint, which included a photo of the alleged weapon sitting on top of a pile of snow. Did y'all hear that? So they executing a search warrant. They knocking on the door. They telling them to open up the door. And this smart dude decides to lean out the window and toss the firearm on the roof of the apartment building. Do you guys not realize when they already executing a search warrant, they got the whole perimeter surrounded? I be seeing criminals get hit with search warrants. They try to jump out the window and fall right into the police hands. They try to throw things out the window, fall right into police hands. If they're executing a search warrant on you, you better off trying to hide it inside the house. Anytime you open up a window and try to toss it out, dude, they see you. You're not going to get away with that. But anyway, let's continue reading. It's unclear what the reason was for the raid, since the warrant remains under seal. Clancy said in court that Harris has just returned from doing a show in Detroit and was staying with a girlfriend. The charge of possessing a machine gun carries a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. Damn. Now the warrant is sealed. They don't know why the police was there, but I do. Informants. Somebody snitching. So Lil Wet, you might want to check your homies who recently been arrested. You might want to check who's working with the police, because it's obviously they hinted the police to your apartment. But anyway, let's continue reading. In asking that Harris be held without bond, prosecutor played clips of his rap videos for the judge, arguing that by flaunting his familiarity with guns and bragging about shooting people with automatic weapons, he showed his dangerousness was a reality, not merely a part of his art. So now they're using his lyrics against him. They're using the guns against them in the videos, and that's why you rappers gotta be careful. I know drill rap is fun to y'all. I know y'all like to say it's just art, I'm just expressing myself. But when you waving around semi-automatic weapons, you talking about taking out the ops, you mocking dead people, if you happen to find yourself arrested, they gonna try to use that against you, not to give you bond. Especially this guy. You know they brought up the quadruple murder. Even though the charges were dropped, you know they still brought it up, and you know he's gonna be denied bond. So yeah, this is a crazy story full of lessons that we all must learn from. The first lesson is, don't be out here gang banging and running the streets if you got grown kids, because you never want to put them in harm's way, or worse, you don't want somebody to take you out and make your kids feel the need to take out 4 people just to get street justice in your name. And the second lesson we must learn from, don't get street justice. I know the feeling. You feel like somebody took out your family member. You feel like they've been wronged. So you want to pick up a strap and go looking for the ops. I'm saying don't do it. If you have any idea who did it, go to the police and try to help them with the investigation. Because you pick up a strap, you take some people out, you get arrested. Now your life is over with. Their life is over with. Nobody wins. And let's be real. Street justice is just internet talk. Most of the time when a family member gets killed, we go on the news and we pray for justice. We hope for justice, and you gonna do the same thing. I know it sounds cool to be like, man, somebody do something to my family, I'm crashing out. I'm picking up the strap, I'm going op hunting. Not true. Sit your ass down, pray for justice, visit a church on Sunday like we all do. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on this whole situation. But I want to know how you guys feel about it. Leave a comment, share this video. I love you guys. Peace.